Hello, my name is Dr. Ayemekun. I am a medical doctor in the NHS in the UK, and this is my channel, step by step, working as a doctor in the UK. If this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. This will ensure that you don't miss important videos when we upload them. Today, I'll be talking about something that is very important for doctors that are still on their way to writing the PLAB exams. I'll be giving visa tips. Visa tips. There are three things you should put into consideration when applying for visa. There are three questions that you must answer so that the officer that will be deciding the answer to your visa application will give you a good response. And what are the three things? You know, the three things the officer will ask themselves is: one, does this person have a genuine reason to come to the UK? Two, can this person fund this trip? Three, will this person return back from the UK? Those are three questions that you should answer. If you cannot answer these questions, then you may have problem with your visa application. So I'm talking about visitor's visa here for PLAB 2. Okay, so how do you ensure you answer these questions through your application? One, plan early. I would say that if you're planning, for most people planning to write PLAB, you don't just decide within a month that, oh, I want to go and write PLAB 2. No, you must have been planning for it at least 1 or 2 years ahead. And if you're planning for your exam 1 or 2 years ahead, you must plan your visa application 1 or 2 years ahead. In terms of one, having adequate savings, ensure that you save adequate amount of money. Two, having a good job with good salary. Apart from the job being an evidence of your financial status, it will prove to them that you have a reason to go back to your country after the exam because you have a job. Three, you need to apply in time for your visa. Now there are lots of delays with visa application. If you apply too close to your exam, then your visa may not come out before your exam, or it may come out too close to your exam and you may be unable to attend academy. So apply 3 months before your exam so that there will be enough time for your visa application to be returned and for you to go for the academy. If you feel you don't have a good job or you don't have good savings, look for a good sponsor. A good sponsor will be someone that have a reason to sponsor you. Some people say that, oh, can I use a friend? Can I use this as a sponsor? The main question that the officer will be asking themselves when deciding on your visa application will be, does this person have a good reason to sponsor this candidate? For example, my father doesn't need a reason to sponsor me, or my mother, or my brother, or my sister. But when you start talking about my place of work, for example, some people will say, oh, my lecturer wants to sponsor me. Can I use my lecturer? What the officer will ask themselves is, why would your lecturer sponsor you? Unless you have a good answer to that, then you shouldn't go for it. Then some people will say, my workplace, the hospital I work in my country wants to sponsor me. How do you want to convince the officer that your hospital that is working in your country, that is battling from shortage of doctors in your country, they are willing to sponsor your exam so that you can go and practice in another country? You would have a tough time explaining that to the entry clearance officer. Then another mistake I've seen is some people, maybe because their parent or the sponsor is retired and they've saved like maybe £5,000 in savings, then you also claim that you'll be spending £4,000 on your journey to the UK. That is wrong, because the entry clearance officer will wonder that even if this person is your parent, they want to spend all their life saving on you traveling to the UK. They may not believe that. So be very careful with that. Also, you need to demonstrate that you have a good reason to go back. And what are the good reasons you will demonstrate that you want to go back? One, having a stable job back home. 2, having family back home. 3, being financially stable back home. Then how would you demonstrate that you have a good reason to go to the UK? 1, you need to show them your PLAB2 booking, and don't assume that they know that you've passed PLAB1. Include your PLAB1 pass result. Include your IELTS pass result. Then how would you demonstrate that you can sponsor your trip? Having a good salary, having a good sponsor, saving enough money. So these are some of the visa tips. It's just a bit of what you need to know to apply for a visa. Thank you very much. Bye.